Welcome back to my video reviewing all 24 songs from MESC 2025. This is going to be for the other 12 songs, and I hope that if you did check out part one, you enjoyed it. If you didn't, and you're checking this out now, thank you. Appreciate it. I hope that you enjoy this video. So this is going to feature a little bit more of my favorite songs. 7 of my top 10 are in this group of 12 songs. Also, a lot more songs in Maltese, so that's going to be fun to talk about. And you might notice I'm wearing a different shirt than I was in part one, also wearing a different shirt that you'll see in the rest of part two. It's because I recorded parts one and two together. I was originally going to release them as one video. Decided to split it up, and I didn't have an intro. So here I'm recording this. Also recording with a headset because there was some audio that's kind of garbled in part one, and unfortunately, there probably will be some issues in part two. I had to do a lot of re-recording. I decided I'd use a headset for this part. So I do apologize for the fact that part two will still maybe have some audio issues as well. But I hope you enjoy this anyway. Let's get started on part two of my MESC 2025 reaction.
Next song is from Nathan, Concrete. Nathan was in the MESC final last year. It's a nice song, but I think this one is a lot stronger. And he's a good singer. There's something about this that gives me Swedish vibes. Actually, he had a few Swedish songwriters working with him. As I said, a lot of these songs had Swedish songwriters, at least working on some of it. Yeah, Nathan's really, you can tell he's feeling, he's having a good time, he's enjoying himself, he's into it. This is a really nice song. I think that he's going to make the final again. There's something very likable about him. There we go. Change Up. I love a bridge. I love Change Up. That's a really good song. Yeah, I'm sure that he is going to make the MESC final. This is a song that should do pretty well, I think, with the jury and the televote. So, where it finishes in the MESC final, I'm not sure, but it'll make it that far anyway. Even the final, I said he made it last year. He made it in 2023 as well. So, he's doing a good job. Maybe one time it'll be his turn to represent Malta at Eurovision. I don't think this is a song that's going to make it to Eurovision yet, and it just needs a little something more to it, but it's a very nice entry. I think if he stages it right, it could definitely stand out. I think there's a lot of guy songs that are like this, that are that kind of a ballad, but kind of up-tempo as well. A lot of those songs are by the ladies this time, not so much the guys. So I do think that he'll stand out. Anyway, good luck, Nathan. Let's move on to the next song. Okay, next song is from Claire. Funny that she follows Nathan with having her first line mentioning God. I'm not a big ballad fan, and I think that song is a little bit too mellow for me. It's not like it doesn't have its place, and I think that, if you heard it in a coffee shop where it's vibe is usually very chill and mellow, those coffee shop songs, a lot of people love those. I just don't think this is necessarily the right song for a Eurovision national final. It's a television show, and people want something a little bit more together. She's got a very lovely voice. It's a little repetitive, but it's very mellow. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a lot to say about this song because, as I said, I just don't think that a national final is the best place for this song. Marie Claire is an incredibly talented singer, and I wish her all the best. But yeah, I don't think that this song is going to stand out a lot. There's a lot of really powerful songs here. Even the ballads are a little bit more powerful. It's going to be hard for her to truly stand out. I'm not sure what she can do to do that. There's definitely that will like this song and will vote for it. And I hope that she does have people that love this song. But unfortunately for me, it's just not something I would gravitate towards. As I said, not really a ballad fan. If I do go for ballads, they do tend to be more powerful. But I wish her luck, and I really hope that she's able to go out there and have an amazing performance. Let's move on to the next song. Okay, the next song is from Miguel Bonello, Breaking the Cycle. Miguel was at MESC last year, and he did not make it to the final. He was robbed. I loved this song. It was called Better Off Alone. I thought it was so good, and I would have loved to have seen it in the final. I was gutted when it didn't qualify. So I was excited to see Miguel back. Actually, everybody who's participating, he was the one I was most excited about this song. I would say he's kind of in a battle with Nathan for the same kind of votes. The ballad that has some up-tempo elements to it. And unfortunately, I think Nathan's song stands out a little more. I saw somebody say that they like the verses and the chorus lets them down. Like the chorus. Actually, this is a pretty decent song. Miguel can sing. And yeah, it has that same kind of vibe as Nathan's song. Now a little bit of a bridge. I like a bridge. Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go in the semifinal. I mean, it's not like he qualified even for the final last year with a banger, and it was a bop. Now this song, like I said, kind of feels it's going to be going for the same boat as Nathan. Maybe some the other semifinal from Nathan. That would be ideal. The people watching the semifinal he's in that like Nathan's song would vote for him. I'm gonna check that and see if that's the case. Are Miguel and Nathan in different semifinals? Okay, I just checked. Nathan and Miguel are in the same semifinal. Ugh. Yeah, that makes me think Miguel's going to struggle to qualify. And it's a shame. I think it was a very nice song, but I think Nathan's is a little stronger. They're both very good. We'll see how it goes. You know, maybe Miguel and Nathan will both qualify. Maybe they're going to love them both, and we'll probably get them both through. Interesting to see how it goes. It's all about that. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's move on to the next song. All right, the next one's from Haley Apps Party, Whistleblower. I love that beginning. So, Haley was in MESC last year, and she made the final. I wasn't the biggest fan of that song. Den's ballad. And you know, I'm not the biggest ballad fan. But this, I really like. I like this. I think that Haley should make the final of this song. Wow. Of course, as I said, there are a number of robots. It will be interesting to see how it goes. Last year, there were a lot of girl ballads that made the final, so there'll be a lot of girl ballads that make the final this time. I think some people would say, oh, here we go, la, 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 la. You know, I know that's for some people that's choruses that feature the in and are getting old, but I personally don't have a problem with it. And we get finally some Maltese in her bridge. Okay, I know it was only a few lines, but still. She had Maltese in her bridge, which is more than like most of these songs that were preceding her had. Maltese, to this point, has been nearly non-existent. We've got more coming up. I mean, more songs with Maltese in them. And of course, she's got a great voice. And she's singing really well live, too. I think this should make the final. Guess we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'm wrong. But I do think that a lot of the girl bops will make the final. So I think this will make it as well. In terms of it winning, it's probably not strong enough to win. With there being so many girl bops, it's probably not her song that will win. But I think she'll have a good showing anyway. Good luck, Haley. I really like your song. I actually really like this. And I liked it even more once I realized that it had a Maltese bridge. I said, all right, I like it even more now. So glad to see that. I wish more of the songs had featured even just the slightest bit of Maltese. There's 24 songs, and the majority of them are 100% in English. There are 4 fully Maltese songs, a 5th that's mostly Maltese, and then there's a few other songs like this one that have some Maltese in them. And some of it is that English is an official language in Malta. Maltese people speak English very well. I mentioned the busker again. Guys, don't hate me. They said that it just makes sense to release a song in English because there's not really much of a Maltese music industry. So releasing your song in English means you have a chance at having success internationally. But, you know, we are seeing some artists like Aiden, for example, releasing songs in Maltese and actually having success. Maybe other Maltese artists will eventually start doing that as well. I mean, there are others. I see some coming up, but Aiden's kind of the big one right now. And Aiden, you guys know Aiden. I don't need to mention him. I'm sure you're familiar with his second place finish in 2020. Anyway, let's move on to the next song. From Martina Borge, You'll Listen. So I looked up how many days 2020 are, and it was something like 5.5 years. So I guess she's thinking about getting out of a relationship that lasted 5.5 years. It's a long time to be in a relationship and then feel it was a waste. Scorned Girl Anthem. Here's another girl bop. And it's different. It's actually very different than the other girl bops. It's got this different vibe. I'm not sure what kind of genre of pop this is. It's not the same as Haley's song, for example. It's catchy. It's not my favorite song. I feel like, I don't know, the Scorn Girl anthem. It's, there's so many that have done very well, commercial even. It's going to be interesting to see how she stages this. And she can sing. Shocking, I know. Everybody in Malta can sing, apparently. I'm exaggerating, of course, but there's a lot of talent for a country with 500,000 people in it. I guess there's something about this song that I think is missing, and it's maybe something like the chorus feels very similar to the verses. There's not enough of a change. The melody is fine the way it is, but I feel like I'm hearing 3 minutes of the kind of the same beats over and over again. And I think the strongest songs have more, they change more along the way. The chorus sounds more like it stands out more compared to the verses. So I do think that's something that could have made the song stronger if it had had that in it. Unfortunately, I'm not sure this is a song that the viewers are going to love. Televoters, I have no idea. Maybe it depends on how she stages and where she is in the running order. And how many of those girl bops get through. So we'll see how it goes. But it's nice to see a little bit of a different pop song in there, not standard. Okay, we've heard this song, this kind of super up tempo, almost dance pop vibe in there. So with a number of those, it's kind of nice that it's a little bit different, a little bit more of a funky sound. I think. Good luck, Martina. I hope that you have a good result. Let's move on to the next one. All right, with Kelsey Blante. 6'5". Well, so Kelsey's part of one of the groups that was at last year, Erba. Wonder why Erba didn't want to MESC. It was just not Kelsey that did. So here we go, another girl bop. You ain't dirty enough. There's something a little messy about this song. It's catchy. It's fun. It's catchy. The lyrics? The first time I heard that, I said, what? She talks about the dark side, and then there's seriously a sound of a lightsaber. From Star Wars. I said, that's it. Best song ever. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes at MESC. She's going to have a bunch of dancers with her. The lighting is going to be going crazy. I guess I would say it's a little bit more of a typical pop song. I like this song, but I'm not sure it's the most original. That lightsaber sound. That was incredibly original. It's a banger, but I really don't know how those lyrics are going to go over with people, because I think MESC is kind of a family show. Parents watch it with their kids. Something they like, and young kids watch this. Maybe some parents are going to go, great. Song about sweat dripping off your body. Sure, you ain't dirty enough. I could see that not really going over all that well with parents or young kids. Maybe teenage girls would vote for it. I could see teenage girls voting for it because, she's fun. She's kind of iconic. She's cool. I think she's got a good vibe, a good energy. I think she'll be fun. There'll be some guys voting for her. I don't think she's very pretty. There's a lot of pretty girls, so who knows? We'll see. I think that it's going to be interesting to see how it does. I don't see the jurors loving it very much, to be perfectly honest. I like it. It's a pop. I will see. I'm not. I think if there is a girl bop that does miss the final, this would probably be the one I think would. Good luck, Kelsey. How come Erba didn't participate in this by herself? Actually, Kelsey does have some songs on her own, so maybe Erba is something that the girls do as like a part-time thing, and she likes releasing music more than they do or something. I'm not sure. Okay, let's move on to the next song from the other song that is 100% in Maltese from Kurt Anthony. Miak, this means only with you. It's nice to hear Maltese again. We heard Maltese, a 100% Maltese song very early on in this playlist, and we're finally getting another one. It's another ballad. Maltese is such a pretty language. If you don't agree, the language used. So what's a ballad? Broken record here. That I'm not the biggest ballad fan. But again, I give it a bonus point for being in Maltese. It's very pretty. I guess if there was something that I thought about the song when I first heard it, it gave me a bit of a dated vibe. It's not exactly the most modern song in the world. It's very pretty. I would have done better in Eurovision in the early 2000s. But I'm glad that it picks up here. It doesn't just stay at that one. As I said, I really don't like the monotonous kind of songs. And he's got a good voice. Got a very nice voice. It's really very pretty. I think that it does have. It's going to have some members of the choir behind him on stage. It's pretty. I'm not seeing this do very well in the polls. And I think it is because it does have that dated sound to it. I really think it's something that would have done better to like in Eurovision like 20 years ago. But it's a lovely song. I don't have any objections to it, especially with it being in Maltese. I think that adds something to it. Imagine if every one of these songs was in Maltese. That would be so interesting, right? I'm just thinking about Italy, how every one of their songs is in Italian. Spain, every one of their songs is in Spanish. That would be very interesting if every single song had to be in Maltese, at least half in Maltese or something. That'll never happen. And I'm not even necessarily saying that it needs to happen. I just think it would be kind of interesting. I really hope that Kurt Anthony can achieve a decent result. But Maltese people don't vote for a song just because it's in Maltese. Otherwise, we would see far more songs in Maltese making it to the MESC finals. A lot of times they don't. They get left behind in the semifinals. So I guess if I had to guess, this may unfortunately be one of those that doesn't make it to the final. It's a very lovely song, and I wish them all the best. But let's move on to the next song.
The next song is from Kurt Kalea, Aziza. Quick note about Kurt. You probably recognized him because he represented Malta Eurovision back in 2012 with the song This Is the Night. Unfortunately, that's not the most popular song with the fandom. I'm not really sure why. I think it's pretty fun and catchy. There's some cute dance moves with that. So I'm not sure why it isn't more well received. But anyway, let's talk about this song. Oh, it is so catchy. It is so fun. And it's a guy bop. I like a guy bop. I love how catchy this is. I wish it was more popular with the fandom, but I guess maybe it sounds a little generic or something. The lyrics are not necessarily the most groundbreaking either, but it's so fun. It's so catchy. I cannot help but dance to it. And I've listened to this song way too many times. I like it. I like songs that make me feel good and move around and dance. But to be honest, I don't see this winning MESC. Like to see something even more different win for Malta to represent them at Eurovision. And go back to the title for this for a second. Aziza, that means dear, and it's spelled this way as opposed to how he spelled it. And if I had to guess, the reason he spelled it the way he did in the title is to make it easier for people to spell it, since if you don't have a Maltese keyboard, you feel a little frustrated trying to type it out. So I think that's why he did that. But he has some other Maltese words. I'm not sure why they're not spelled correctly. But anyway, we're getting to my favorite part of this song, of this change up. I love this change up so much. It is so catchy. And this is why I am so into this song. I can't help but like dance to it and sing along, and it is so fun. So catchy. I really, really like this. Again, I know it's not doing anything particularly groundbreaking, but I like how fun it is, right? It puts a smile on my face. That's what I'm looking for with Eurovision. I love that little wave at the end there. It's very cute. Talk a little more about this song. He does have some Maltese in there. Yay. Which at least one of the choruses was entirely Maltese. That would have been really cool. And Kurt's been releasing songs in Maltese, so I thought maybe this had a shot at being like at least half Maltese. But even so, I think he'll do well. It's a catchy song. There aren't a ton of guy bops in here, 2 solo songs and a couple group songs that are more on the bop side, so shouldn't have too many issues qualifying. Besides, again, he's well known. He represented Malta at Eurovision 13 years ago. He also won Musica Musica, the song Bla Tarf. So he's got his fans. In terms of winning MESC, I don't really see that happening. I do think that it would struggle at Eurovision as well, unfortunately, getting lost amongst the other guy bops that we'll have. So as much as that disappoints me, I don't think it's the right song for Malta to choose, but I enjoy listening to it a lot. And I'll address those words that are in Maltese in the song that he doesn't have spelled correctly for some reason. I'm not really sure why. All the other people that have Maltese in their songs have the correct spellings. So I'm not sure why these aren't spelled correctly. This is how you spell the words that are in Maltese in his song. I get spelling as easy the way he did in the title. Like I said, to make it easier for people to type it. So anyway, do I think this could do well at MESC? I think based on the fact that he has a lot of fans, I'm assuming that maybe top 5 result is very achievable, maybe even top 3. Somebody commented on him having kind of awkward movements during this video. Well, I'm sure, they're told to freestyle it, and having a camera on you, that can make a lot of people feel quite awkward. I fully expect her to have a completely professional performance. I think he's been working very hard on his during his rehearsals, dancing. He's got dancers with him. I fully expect to see like a 10 out of 10 performance from him. So yeah, he's a bit awkward here. So kind of endearing, to be perfectly honest, because if it were me, I'd be a little awkward too. But when you have a lot of time to rehearse a song, and he's been probably spending hours doing that every single day, I'm expecting something that looks really great. So I think it could do well with the juries. That's why I think maybe even a top 3 result is possible. That might also be me being optimistic because I like this song so much. I just hope it doesn't get like 12. That would make me feel sad. I wish it was more popular. I'm not really sure if it's just the lyrics are a bit generic, the song isn't necessarily the most original. Is that what you would have to say about it? If you disagree with me that you don't really care for, what is it about it that you don't really care for? And if you do really like it, hey, let me know. I'd love to know if there's someone else out there who really likes this song. It'd be great. Great to find out that someone else really likes it. Anyway, hoping this does really, really well. Good luck, Kurt. Thanks for bringing the bop to mess. Let's move on to the next song.
This is from Victoria Scaris. The song's called Juno. Okay, so this sounds like it's going to be a ballad. Another one of those songs that picks up as it goes along. I've seen this be pretty well received by the fandom. I feel like people were really high on it when those clips were out in November, but then all the songs came out, and I think a lot of people switched their attention to Christy Spiteri. So, all these girl bops, can they all make the vinyl? Guess we'll see. Very well sung, well produced. I think this will make the final. Yeah, but she sings so well and a great voice. Oh, any dance break time? I think she's doing something pretty iconic here. Yeah, she's got great energy, great vibe. It's a strong, powerful, empowering song. Yeah, girl, you can sing. Yeah, girl, sing. Yeah, I wonder if her promoters and Christie's promoters will cancel each other out now. And there we go, little Maltese. Yay! I was so happy to see this. I did not expect that. I know it's just a couple of lines, but it's Maltese. I'll take what I can get. So this is a song that I have found to be, the more I listen to it, the more I like it. She's got a fantastic vocal. I like the build, has quieter, more like a ballad, and then it picks up and becomes this very like powerful up-tempo song. It's not a typical girl bop in the sense, but I think it's very up-tempo. And so, well, the girl bell and the girl bops cancel each other out, but they'll make the final, or will only just a few of them make it. I'm not sure. It's interesting though, because it was the one that seemed to be super popular before Christy Spiteri's the full version of that song came out, and then all of a sudden, it seems like people kind of transferred their energy and excitement to that song. I do think that if this did win MESC, I think she would very much struggle to avoid the same fate as Sarah. This song kind of gives me that same kind of energy and vibe, even though it's not the same exact song as Luke. I just feel like it would end up pleasing the same kinds of people that voted for Sarah, and the people that didn't vote for her, they would still not necessarily have more interest in voting for her unless it's like the only one of its kind. And you can't rely on that at Eurovision, can you? I wish Victoria a lot of luck. I think for sure she's going to make the final. The rest remains to be seen. All right, let's move on to the next song. Here we go. Cantera with La La Rata Keke. La La Rata Kaboom. Yeah, title is A. But it's entirely Maltese. Oh, I was so excited to hear the whole version of this when those clips came out in November. It's so cool. I love them play all them play instruments. I love it. I'm not going to be the person to say, "Oh yes, folk music is my favorite genre" or something. It's not. However, this is like modern folk. It's almost got like it's got something very interesting. Is people comparing it to Moldova 2022? No, this is far more like get you on the floor and dance around. And Moldova 2022 just had its potential, but this is way more cool, I think. This part. This is what I mean, like modern, you know. I don't think Moldova 2022 had that kind of sound at all. Oh, and a fun fact about these guys is that they have also been at the Musica Fest, and I guess they got second the last 3 years. I knew they got second last year. Actually, I thought they won for a while, but apparently it was just second. And that song was called Viaj Sabi, and I loved that song. So when I saw they were competing at MESC, I said, "Oh, they got a song like Viaj Sabi. I'm going to like it." And while it's quite like Viaj Sabi, it's really cool. I really need Malta to send us to Eurovision, please. I really think that this can get Malta back to the grand final. People are going to have so much fun. And it's entirely Maltese. How exciting. Love it. And this is, some people were saying, "Oh, it's old. It's been done." Okay. Yeah, because there's been so many folk songs at Eurovision. I've seen people say, "Oh, it's like for 2022. It's like Greece 2013." Okay, but those are two songs. I think that it's uniquely their song, but if you feel it reminds you of those songs, fine. But those songs were fun. I'm granted I'm not the biggest fan of Moldova's song from 2022, but it was fun. You can't deny that it was the top 10 televote getter. And that's what Malta needs. I think people will be happy to hear the Maltese language. I think that there's some buzz going. Maltese people who come across this video, correct me if I'm wrong. I think there's some buzz going around. I think Maltese people want to see this. At the comment section for this video has a lot of Maltese comments, people being kind of excited for it. And I think that's the most important thing, because the Maltese people are proud of their entry. And if there's nothing you can do once you send a song to Eurovision, if it doesn't qualify, if Malta gets a terrible spot in the running order yet again, and somehow just people don't vote for them, but you have to send a song that you're proud of. And I know they were very proud of their entry in 2023, which makes me happy, because of course I loved it so much. But it didn't qualify, but they're still proud of it. I hope that this song, like maybe Malta will finally get drawn in the second half of the semifinal. This is a song I could see closing the semifinal. It's so energetic and fun, and people are going to be singing along with them. It takes a little bit to catch on. The words, they're not real Maltese words, by the way. They're just having fun. It's like maybe lasagna's rim tim taggy dim. Those are not real words. So like that, you know. I think that people are going to be singing along. People are going to be vibing. I think that this could do really well for Malta. Maybe I'm wrong, but I hope for a second half semifinal draw. And if this song is the one that represents Malta at Eurovision, I think this could go last. It has such a fun vibe to it. People moving, and yeah, it's folk, but it's not typical folk. It's got cool instruments. Guys are having a great time. See Maltese crosses on their shirt. This brings Maltese culture front and center. And to whoever thinks it's a joke entry, do you even understand what folk music is? It's not a joke entry just because they're playing instruments and they're singing words that are made up. Did you think Rim Tim Takey Dim was also a joke entry then? Those are made up words. And I don't understand when people say that this sounds like so many other songs and it's been done so many times. There's like 5, 6, 7 EDM infused songs every single year, and we just keep sending, and people keep sending those. And nobody ever complains. And I love those kinds of songs. But why is it okay that there's so many of those every year? But yet, oh, we've had a couple of folk songs in the last couple of years, so therefore you can't send another folk song. Every song is different, and I do not think that, oh, this is a carbon copy of Moldova 2022 or Greece 2013. I think it's fun, I think it's refreshing, and I think it's different from Malta, and it stands out. And these guys are authentic. I think they're going to have a fantastic time, and that's what I'm here to see. Malta, please, please vote for this. I really hope that you're excited about it. The jury's for hopefully this is the televote winner because I really want this at Eurovision. I like this so much. It's like a folk banger almost, you know? I'm excited. Maltese at Eurovision. Please. Yes. I want to see it. Also another band from Malta at Eurovision. Also. Yes, please. So yes, that's the one I'm most excited about. Let's see how it goes. But anyway, got two more songs left. Let's go on. Finish it out with the second to last song from JVF. Festa. No time for a siesta. Yeah, and again, mostly Maltese. Yay. And that's Jessica representing San Marino Eurovision 2018. And Fabrizio Finello. He represented Malta Eurovision 2001-2006. I like their outfits. They're coordinated, like they do look like a group. It's great. Festa. It's a Maltese word for party. It's such a fun summer song. I think there's going to be a lot of color on stage. I know some people said this is the most original song ever, and it's not. It's fun, and it just feels good, and they're having a great time together. I think that's going to carry on the stage, and we're going to be feeling their energy, and still voting for them. And again, it's mostly in Maltese, which is great. Love this gets a good result. And we have a bridge. You guys know I love a bridge. They're going to have so much fun performing this. Colorful staging, party. It's time for the festa. Of course, summer vibes. Winter, it's needed. They could have some very cool staging since there's the three of them singing. That's such a bop. It's really not the most original song, but I think it's actually somewhat popular, which is really cool because it is in Maltese. So it's great to see some songs in Maltese getting love. That kind of did not happen last year, and it was very sad. So it's good to see it actually happening here. Wish them a lot of luck. I hope this has a great result. I'm not sure it would necessarily do well at Eurovision. It's just all about doing well at MESC, right? Obviously, going to Eurovision is a goal for everybody, but achieving a good result in MESC is obviously very important because only one can win. We'll see what happens, but it's fun. It's feel good. Gets you wanting to move. Good luck, guys. Can't wait to see how this looks on the stage. And let's move on to our final entry. Yes, we made it to the 24th entry of all the semifinals. Dario Betsina featuring Zeppi Looney asking it. This song was not in the original semifinalists. Somebody else had ended up being disqualified. Then this came in, and it should have been the 24th semifinalists originally. No idea why this wasn't in the original semifinalists. But at least this is getting a chance now. It's got a cool vibe, and it's in Maltese. I mean, it's not the most high energy song ever, and it following Pantera and JVF makes it seem even more mellow. I think it's got a really nice vibe to it. Looks pretty nice. It's very interesting. Obviously, this song's mostly sung by him, but having the older gentleman come in and do those little bits at the beginning and end is very interesting as well. And yeah, it's a Maltese, so seems even prettier. Although Maltese bangers or pops are even better. Got a cool sound. Yeah, it's not your typical ballad. It's a little more atmospheric, I think. And it's cool having the older guy come in, Zeppi. Aw. Yeah, it's a lovely song. I really hope this makes the final. I don't understand why this wasn't in the semifinalists to begin with. To me, it's a very, very nice entry. Hearing this, well, at least they got the chance to get in there eventually. And of course, if you know the story of Rim Tim Taggy Dim from Fave Lasagna, televote winner at Eurovision last year, that song was put in the Croatian semifinals originally, either Croatia's national final Dora. It had to get in there because somebody else, I guess, dropped out. Sometimes these selection committees, I don't know what they're looking for. Sometimes I wonder, what do they want? This song should have been in there. I think this was a very enjoyable song, very lovely entry, and I'm glad it exists. This is it. This is the 24 songs. Thanks for sticking around. Now I'll mention my top 10. Do you have any idea who will make my top 10? I'll let you know in just a second.
All right, let's get to the last part of this video. My top 10 of MESC 2024. My top 10 are as follows. So Kelsey Belante, 365. That's my number 10. Number 9, Dario Betsina featuring Zeppiel Mooney as Liet. Number 8, Justine Shortfid, Still I Rise. Number 7, Christy Spiteri, Heaven Sent. Number 6, Victoria, Juno. Number 5, JVF, Festa, No Time for Siesta. Number 4, Haley Atsuparty, Whistleblower. Number 3, Stefan Galia, Lob Lob, Talk Talk. And number 2, Kurt Kalea, Aziza. And finally, number 1, probably to no one's surprise, it's Cantera with Lala Ratatakeke, Lala Ratakaboom. There you go, that's my number 1. Please, Malta, send this song to Eurovision, please. Oh, I want this to go to Eurovision so bad. Thanks for watching my video, everyone. Take care. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Bye.